How old was Rory?
18.
Okay, how much of her body did you guys get back? Obviously the entire skeletal structure, right?
Well, we obviously, whatever was in the house.
Yes, in the freezer.
Yes.
And how much of it were you able to pull out of the pipes?
Quite a bit. It was bad luck.
Yeah, that's what I tell people. They're like, you're stupid. I'm like, you kidding me?
Well,
that's an awesome way.
Yeah.
I just got greedy, that's all.
45-year-old Adam Strong was arrested on December 29, 2017, after a plumber dialed 911. The plumber was called out to a rental property to snake the drains after other residents of the McMillan Drive home complained the pipes were backed up.
Communications.
I'm a plumber and I'm on site for a job, and we're snaking a drain, and we've been pulling back. We probably pulled back about 10 pounds, 15 pounds of it looks like flesh type of stuff, meat, and we don't know what it is.
Minutes later, police arrive at the rental property and meet with the couple who hired the plumbers. They explain that the backup started with their downstairs neighbor, Adam Strong, days prior. Initially, Adam told his landlord he would try to fix the problem himself by snaking the drain, but this, however, did not work. By the 29th, it was getting so bad that the pipes were backing up into the other tenants' bathtubs, which is when the upstairs tenants took it upon themselves to call a plumber. The crew working on the drains discovered a substance that was pink and coming out in strips with hair on it. The police went to Adam's apartment door to speak with him. He almost instantaneously put his head down, told them the jig was up, and admitted that it was a body causing the backup. He told the officers that if they wanted the rest of her, then to look in his freezer. There they found a head with the word "alive" tattooed across the neck. After seeing the tattoo, police knew right away that this belonged to the torso that was found floating in the Oshawa Harbor by a man and his grandson who were fishing a few months earlier. Pregnant 18-year-old Rory H. was taken to the emergency room by her friend and her friend's mom. She was having a mental crisis when the mother decided to bring her in to seek medical attention. The mother and daughter eventually left, and Rory waited alone in the hospital waiting room. Rory sat alone for a total of 15 minutes before she got up and left the ER. And this would be the last reported time anyone would see Rory ever again. When Rory's family reported her missing on August 31st, 2017, they noted that Rory had the distinctive "alive" tattoo on her neck. And after forensic testing, it was confirmed that the torso in the harbor and the remains found in Adam Strong's basement apartment belonged to 18-year-old Rory. Adam was charged with indignity of a body, which is given when someone performs acts with the intent to disrespect, abuse, or harm the deceased or their remains. Although initially Adam was very forthcoming about what he did, once he was brought down to the police station for questioning, his attitude quickly changed.
You said to the officers, if you're looking for the rest of her, you'll find her in the freezer. My question to you is the person in that freezer, Rory?
I decline to answer that question.
Okay. You're saying you decline to answer, but you're shaking your head this way. Does that mean anything?
No.
Okay. Any interest from you at all in telling us your side of things?
No.
Nothing?
No.
Okay. All right.
I was told these things go on for like hours. Is that true?
It can. It's true. Well, you know what? We'll walk you back.
Thank you very much.
Without a court order, police were unable to interview Adam again. At this point, the only real evidence they had against him was the bit of information he had given on the scene. Investigators began to look into his background for clues about his connection to Rory. They started with his apartment. It was so cluttered and dirty, officers could barely move from room to room. There were numerous toys, restraining devices, and handcuffs, several items which had Rory's DNA on it. They were slowly starting to put together a picture of the horrific fate she suffered. A bent hammer was found with her DNA on it. Her bloody running shoes were inside of a plastic bag. Her blood was splattered on the wall leading into Adam's bedroom. A particularly disturbing item investigators found was a specialty knife inside of a kitchen drawer. This type of knife is specifically designed to be used by hunters to gut and skin animals. What was even more troubling is the knife contained human DNA. The DNA of 19-year-old Candace Fitzpatrick, who had been missing since 2008. And just like Rory, was a young girl who was out on her own and easy to prey on. Candace was last seen by her family in the spring of 2008. She was struggling with a drug addiction and would leave the family home for weeks at a time without a word. They launched a Facebook page to get the word out after several months. Without hearing from her, however, she never came back home. 11 months later, and now facing 2 murder charges, Adam Strong sits down for a second interrogation.
Adam Strong.
Adam, you call me Paul today.
All right, Paul. How much of her body did you guys get back? Obviously the entire skeletal structure, right?
Well, we obviously, whatever was in the house.
Yes, in the freezer.
Yes.
And how much of it were you able to pull out of the pipes?
Quite a bit. It was bad luck.
Yeah, that's what I tell people. They're like, you're stupid. I'm like, you kidding me?
Well,
That's an awesome way.
yeah.
I just got greedy.
May 4th is when you start this. You said Christmas Eve?
Yes.
Are you doing this while it's frozen or partially defrosted?
Completely defrosted.
Okay. Now that would take several hours, wouldn't it?
No, not bathtub full of hot water.
Oh, okay. Like within a couple hours?
I wouldn't wager. I had to fill the bathtub up a few times. How's that
To keep
sound?
the water hot?
Yes.
Okay, gotcha.
I don't know if I should really be talking about that, but ultimately you do have me on the... There's no getting around that.
Yep.
Adam believes that they are only talking about the disposal of the remains, but in fact, the information given allowed the judge to make presumptions about what must have occurred during the actual murders.
Listen, I appreciate you sticking it out.
Well, I'm sure I really have a choice.
No, but
I probably said more than I should have.
probably.
Yeah.
Probably. But that's okay.
Adam was charged with first-degree murder for the murder of Rory and manslaughter for Candace. This was an accomplishment for investigators as they were able to convict him on these charges without a formal confession. Adam never actually confessed to anything other than disposing of Rory's remains. However, based on that confession, evidence found in his apartment, and the 12-hour-long interrogation, the judge felt he, in fact, ended the lives of these innocent young girls, and he was given the maximum sentence someone can receive in Canada.